The deepest place on Earth isn't a mountain. It isn't a cave. And it isn't hidden in space. It's beneath the Pacific Ocean, a place so deep that if Mount Everest were dropped inside, its peak would still remain more than a mile underwater. This is the Mariana Trench, a world almost no human has ever seen. Located in the western Pacific Ocean, the Mariana Trench stretches for more than 2,500 kilometers. At its deepest point, known as Challenger Deep, the ocean reaches nearly 10,900 meters below sea level. The pressure here is more than 1,000 times greater than the pressure we experience at the surface. For decades, scientists believed almost nothing could survive in this crushing darkness. They were wrong. To truly understand this incredible depth, imagine placing Mount Everest inside the Mariana Trench. Even the world's tallest mountain would disappear beneath the surface. No sunlight reaches this place. The water is just above freezing. And the immense pressure can crush ordinary submarines within seconds. Yet somehow, life has found a way to survive. In January 1960, two explorers made history. Swiss engineer Jacques Picard and U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh became the first humans ever to reach Challenger Deep. Inside their revolutionary submersible, the Trieste, they descended for nearly 5 hours into complete darkness. No one knew what awaited them at the bottom. When the Trieste finally touched the seafloor, the explorers expected to find a barren underwater desert. Instead, they reported seeing signs of life. Tiny organisms moving across the sediment. The discovery challenged one of science's biggest assumptions, that extreme pressure made complex life impossible. It was the first clue that the deepest place on Earth still held incredible secrets. More than 50 years later, technology finally caught up with human curiosity. Powerful deep-sea submersibles, robotic vehicles, ultra-high-definition cameras, and advanced scientific instruments returned to the Mariana Trench. Scientists were no longer asking whether life existed there. They wanted to know exactly what was hiding in the deepest place on our planet. And what they discovered would completely transform our understanding of life in the deepest ocean on Earth. More than 50 years after the first human visit, filmmaker and explorer James Cameron decided to return to the deepest place on Earth. In 2012, he climbed into the deep-sea Challenger, a submersible built to withstand one of the most extreme environments on our planet. Alone, he descended nearly 11 kilometers into complete darkness. For more than 2 hours, Cameron explored the seafloor with high-definition cameras, collecting samples and recording footage that no one had ever captured before. The landscape was unlike anything seen on the surface of Earth. There were no coral reefs, no colorful fish, and no sunlight. Instead, the seafloor looked like a silent alien desert, covered in fine sediment that had settled over millions of years. Every movement stirred clouds of soft mud that slowly drifted back to the ground. Then, the cameras began revealing something extraordinary. Tiny creatures were crawling across the ocean floor. Some were transparent. Others looked like miniature shrimp with unusually large bodies. These giant amphipods had adapted to survive under crushing pressure that would instantly destroy most forms of life. Scientists also discovered one of the trench's most remarkable residents. The Mariana snailfish. Although delicate in appearance, this fish thrives at depths where almost no other vertebrate can survive. Its soft body, flexible bones, and unique biology allow it to withstand pressures exceeding 1,000 times that at sea level. The deeper scientists explored, the more surprises they found. Strange single-celled organisms called xenophyophores rested on the seafloor. Despite looking simple, some grow to astonishing sizes and play an important role in the deep-sea ecosystem. Each new discovery proved that the Mariana Trench was far from lifeless. It was home to an entire community of highly specialized organisms that had evolved over millions of years in complete darkness. Every expedition answered one question, but uncovered many more. Scientists had come searching for an empty abyss. Instead, they found a hidden world filled with life, adaptation, and mysteries that continue to reshape our understanding of the deep ocean. As scientists continued exploring the Mariana Trench, they made a discovery that was both fascinating and deeply disturbing. Even at the deepest point on Earth, far beyond the reach of sunlight, they found evidence of human pollution. Tiny plastic fibers and microplastics had settled into the sediment nearly 11 kilometers below the surface. This meant that no place on Earth was truly untouched by human activity. But plastic wasn't the only surprise. Researchers also detected toxic industrial chemicals known as PCBs and other persistent pollutants inside deep-sea organisms. These chemicals had traveled thousands of kilometers through the oceans before accumulating in one of the most remote environments on the planet. The discovery shocked scientists around the world. If pollution could reach the deepest point on Earth, its impact was far greater than anyone had imagined. Yet, despite these harsh conditions, life continued to survive. Scientists collected sediment samples and discovered countless microscopic organisms living beneath the seafloor. These microbes had evolved to survive under crushing pressure, near freezing temperatures, and almost complete darkness. Some of them survive without oxygen. Others obtain energy through chemical reactions rather than sunlight. Studying these extraordinary microbes is helping researchers understand how life might exist in extreme environments beyond Earth. The discoveries inside the Mariana Trench have become increasingly important to astrobiologists searching for life elsewhere in our solar system. If microorganisms can survive under such extreme conditions here on Earth, perhaps similar forms of life could exist beneath the frozen oceans of Jupiter's moon Europa or Saturn's moon Enceladus. The deepest ocean on our planet may hold the key to answering one of humanity's greatest questions. How does life begin? And where else in the universe could it survive? With every new expedition, scientists realize that the Mariana Trench is far more than a deep hole in the ocean. It is a natural laboratory. A place where biology, geology, chemistry, and even the search for extraterrestrial life come together. And despite decades of exploration, this mysterious world continues to guard many of its greatest secrets. Today, the Mariana Trench remains one of the least explored places on Earth. Scientists estimate that we have mapped far more of the Moon and Mars than we have of our own ocean floor. Every expedition into the trench reveals something unexpected. New species are still being discovered. Unknown microorganisms continue to reshape our understanding of biology. And every sample collected helps scientists piece together the story of one of Earth's most mysterious environments. The future of deep-sea exploration is more exciting than ever. Advanced autonomous underwater vehicles, artificial intelligence, and next-generation submersibles are allowing researchers to dive deeper, stay longer, and explore areas that were once impossible to reach. With every mission, we move one step closer to understanding the hidden world beneath the Pacific Ocean. But perhaps the greatest lesson from the Mariana Trench is this. Life is far more resilient than we ever imagined. In complete darkness. Under crushing pressure. With almost no food. Nature has found a way to survive. These discoveries are changing more than ocean science. They are influencing the search for life beyond Earth. If organisms can thrive in one of the most extreme environments on our planet, then similar life may exist beneath the icy oceans of Europa or Enceladus. The answers we seek among the stars may begin in the deepest parts of our own world. Yet for every mystery we solve, countless others remain. What undiscovered creatures are still hiding in the darkness? What new medicines, biological adaptations, or scientific breakthroughs are waiting to be found? And what secrets has the deepest place on Earth kept hidden for millions of years? The truth is, we don't know. And that is exactly what makes the Mariana Trench so extraordinary. It reminds us that even in the 21st century, our own planet still holds frontiers as mysterious as outer space. The next great discovery may not come from a distant galaxy. It may come from an expedition descending silently into the darkest depths of our own ocean. Thank you for joining us on this journey to the deepest place on Earth. If you enjoyed this documentary and want to explore more mysteries of the ocean, ancient worlds, and incredible scientific discoveries, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next adventure. Until next time. Stay curious. Because the greatest mysteries are often hiding in the places we've explored the least.